Hello again, Doc on the clock with more Make a Good Mega Man level contest 2. We have the last part of Yggdrasil to do. And it requires us going through parts that we've already done, which is maybe not the best of decisions. But then again, if this was the best of decisions, this would not be where it was. And we're almost done with having to look at these cutscenes. Alright. And yes, now that we've beaten the first two bosses, we are safe to actually go in the pink path. I don't recall exactly what happens if you, Yeah, I don't recall exactly what happens if you, if you take on, Miss Pink first, but, I do know that, I do recall hearing that it was some sort of instant death. And I keep forgetting that that is not the path to go. I don't have to rush there. Although this is plenty dangerous. Use the power of reflection to my advantage. Power of reflection is not helping too much here, because it's not reflecting where I need it to reflect. Everything wants to reflect upwards. Ow. Ah! I'm getting caught in everything. Ow. Anyway, pink path is usually generally just a little bit more enemy oriented. And making the most of having that, okay. Now this is going to be useful. I know this is the slow way of doing it, but I don't want to die. I'm gonna argue that I'm likely to die anyway, but I'm at least going to give it my best shot not to. Ugh. Grab Buster saves me quite effectively there. Now that I'm at the checkpoint, I'm not too worried. I assume you defeated Cream and Crater. Oh yeah, that's right. This is way too fast for me to read. Okay, this boss has a particular gimmick. That gimmick is that she heals herself. Did she just fall through the ground there? If that actually happens, I will be very disappointed. Okay. She does not like charge shots, though. So she has this gun of sorts that I don't know what it's really shooting. Which she dashes, if she dashes through you, it may not necessarily hurt you, but it will heal her. Whoa. Like that. See, I did not take damage there, but it just gives her more opportunities to do damage, is the thing. Ah. It's also not insignificant healing either. Like, I'm pretty sure she restores like a bunch of health. Ah. Really? Which is not a terribly difficult boss though. Just one that you have to kind of be careful with. There we go. Getting her closer and closer by the moment. Farther away. Not being careful. Ah! It's the amount of time that she spends invulnerable that's kind of the most annoying part. See, now she's... Look how much further up she is now. Ah! Ah! Come on. Almost got her. One more charge shot should do it. And I didn't hit her with a charge shot. And now, it's not just one more charge shot will do it. Yeah. Ah, I can't use a grab buster on her. Ah! Came close, but I beat her. And that's it! That's Yggdrasil! Complete! And the judges were not amused. Yggdrasil, the World Tree, as a robot with woodland heritage, I really appreciate this level, even though the judges didn't. And the judges did not. Byros, at least, is very quick. So I'm gonna let you read through these at your own leisure. Most of them comments are things that I have already mentioned. They're not really, it's not really a very good level, and yet it has there's something I do want to say about it. Everyone is unhappy. The designs remind me of very bad OCs. They are OCs. I don't make any claims as to the quality of the OCs, but they are OCs. And Ace cannot even comment with this one. He goes into a long review. And expresses a preference for a certain very highly annoying boss from Mega Man X7. Oh, you have not played Mega Man X7, if you have not played Flame High Nerd stage, go ahead and At least watch someone play it. It is an experience. And yeah, there's a lot to this. Yggdrasil ends with basically the idea of Yggdrasil is the city war of the second contest. If you remember City War, you remember City War. If you've seen anyone play, you remember City War. That said, I'm going to step back a bit from my earlier inclinations. This, I mean, okay, let's be real. This is a bad level, objectively. It has severe issues in the manner in which it does things. Things that are counterintuitive to common sense and good stage design. Just got a lot of random, unpredictable stuff. Warps that are unmarked and have absolutely no warning that you kind of have to know ahead of time. And the bosses are kind of crazy. Not super. I'm not gonna go as far as Ace and say that they are the worst in the contest. Actually, well, I can't really say that because I haven't played all the bosses yet. But they're not irredeemable. I'll say that at least. So yes, it's a bad stage. It does a lot of things wrong, and yet, if there is one thing that I will give the level, it's basically what I have demonstrated in my playthrough here, is that once you know what it's doing, it's not as bad as it seems. From a design standpoint, it truly is a bad level, but from a playing standpoint, when it is not blind, when you know what you have to do, it's not that difficult to pull off. A lot of the frustration factor just comes from not knowing what you're supposed to do in the first place. And once you've gotten past that, honestly, it's not a great level, but it loses some of that memorability for its badness. I mean, quite honestly, it easily beats a stage like Airflow Hubble, where even if you know what's going on, it's a frustrating mess to get through. I replayed part of that stage because I was doing I was trying to do some bolt grinding that didn't work, and it's still a pain. I knew everything that was coming, and it was still frustrating and killed me a lot of times getting through it. Yggdrasil didn't really kill me that much once I knew what was going on. And that really is kind of the saving grace of the level, is that for all that it does wrong, it does the one thing right that it kind of needs to do right, is that it survives and thrives on repeated playthroughs. One would go as far as to say that you should play it more than once to get what the level really is about. And yeah, it's kind of my example of play twice, judge once. On the first playthrough, this might be my least favorite stage ever. On the second playthrough, with things all settled and known, it's probably around scores that I would give to... probably in between the scores that Pyro and Gary would give it. Somewhere in the high teens, low 20s. It has a lot of objectively bad issues, but it isn't the worst thing ever. I'd say it is where it should be. Which is, I believe, around 15. Yeah, I think that's about right. All told. I might give it a few more points, but I'd expect that to be offset. So, next time, a different level! Yes, there are in fact other levels than Yggdrasil in this contest. So, we'll look forward to that. But that's all for me for now. Until then, this is Doc. I'll see you later.